Hello, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a good Christmas break. Today, we start our brand new season after finishing third in the Premier League last season and winning the FA Cup. We want to go bigger and better this year. Can we make a good start in the Community Shield? Let's go and find out. Hello, it's a very warm Christmassy welcome to episode 24 of Irons in the Fire as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you one game. It's the Community Shield. It used to be the Charity Shield, the Community Shield against Manchester City at Wembley, and we'll be featuring that in today's episode. Before we carry on, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. Leave me some comments. Let me know how you see this series going and what you want me to do next, that sort of thing. Just let me know if you're enjoying it and if it's the sort of thing that you'd like me to carry on doing. Right, today, as I say, we have that game against Manchester City in the Community Shield. Just a bit of a recap on what's gone on. We've played all our pre-season friendlies. We've not lost in our pre-season friendlies. Tampa Bay Roadies 3-1. Orlando City 1-1. Inter Milan 3-2. Juventus was a 0-0. And Atalanta a very close 1-0 win. Flynn Downs getting his first goal ever for us in that game. Which brings us to today's game against Manchester City in the Community Shield. We have played them twice already this series. Lost to them at their place at the Etihad early last season. We got to play them again very, very soon. And then a 1-1 draw back at our place back in May towards the end of the season. So played them either end of the season. And yeah, it wasn't good. So we're yet to beat them. Could today be the first? We do play them in the next episode when we play them at the London Stadium in the Premier League. Of course, we're also waiting for the draw for the Champions League to come up. So that'll be coming up in the not too distant future. Transfers, what's been going on in the transfer thing? Nothing, I don't think, since your last episode. Jean-Claire Todibo coming in, defender, and Parisi coming in as the left back on the left wing back, should I say, on the left side. Nobody going out. Oh, in fact, Pablo Fornells may have gone out on loan to Everton since you were last with me. He's left as he wanted to go. So we've let him go. But having said all of that, in the transfer centre, there is a bit of activity going on. If I just sort this into... we are in the market for Florin Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. He is the advanced playmaker that I think we really, really could do with. He's better than Mohamed Kudus. It's probably about the only area of the pitch that we've really not got anybody that is that forceful. He is a 5-star advanced playmaker. Is he as good on attack? That's the question. Yes, he is. Can play attacking midfielder, can play shadow striker, Enganche and Tarquista as well. So he's well and truly can play in lots of options for us. His dribbling's good, his first touch is good, his passing's good, his technique is good, and the other things are acceleration, agility, composure, anticipation, flair, off the ball, teamwork, vision. He stacks up quite well. So we've got our fingers crossed that things go. We've put the bid in. We've agreed terms with him. Just basically waiting for him to decide on whether he wants to join us. £95 million is what we've put in for him. It's a little bit of on the old good. Any other transfers after this will be doubtful because, as you see, we only have about 23 million in the pot. Wage budget wise, I think we're just about on tilt. We've got a little bit to spare, not a lot. So any other transfers in will be subject to people going out. So we have to we have to see people going out before we can bring them in, so to speak. There is still a bit of interest in Zuma and Mavropanos, so a defensive player could be a replacement if either of them go on an outward journey, of course. One other thing to note, James Ward-Prowse, he's still out injured. He's going to be out for another 8 weeks to 4 months on picking up the injury, the cruciate ligament injury against Manchester City in the game towards the end of the season, which was a bit disappointing. So we won't be seeing him back anytime soon. So without any more to do, let's get on and play the game against Manchester City. Can we start our season as we wish it to continue with a good start? 6 substitutes can be used, a maximum of 9 named, and there is a penalty shootout if scores are level after 90 minutes. Let's pop to Wembley. And this is the team that faces Manchester City in this FA Community Shield. And the other thing I hadn't told you, of course, we have got a new assistant manager in. Carlos Martino is our new assistant manager after the previous one. I can't remember what his name is. Now left us to go, I think it was to Arsenal, actually. Very, very poor. Areola is in goal then. It's Parisi making his debut. His competitive debut. I know he's played in some of the pre-seasons, but makes his sort of like season debut then, shall we say, on that left wing-back position. Friedel Todibo making his debut in centre of defence. Kufal out on the right. Downs, who played quite well in pre-season, getting that goal in the last game against Atalanta, gets a start for the first team, making his debut then in a way. Carrera and Alvarez in central midfield. Kamada sits behind Kudus and Watkins up front. Mazulia, Mavropanos, Paqueta, Ings, Johnson, Benrahma, Bowen, Zuma and Irving make the bench. And here we are back at Wembley, and they are playing a 4-3-3 with the defensive midfielder Phillips. And we're playing our, by now, familiar formation of 4-3-1-2 as the teams come onto the pitch. For a moment there, thought we weren't going to get a highlight. Ruben out on that far side. Phillips back to Ruben. Back to Phillips. Back to Ruben. Going to try and cut that out, I think. Mateus tries to get spare Ruben. It's blocked. Who was that blocked that? It was Kamada in the way, and it's gone out, I think, on that fast. Oh, no, it hasn't got out. Of Gavadio, who featured in one of our saves from previous years. Kyle Walker, we've pushed them right back. Ruben needs to try and win the ball off them. Would be rather good. De Bruyne is in. Haaland. Yeah, you can't give that man any space whatsoever, can you? Created the space for him, and he's we've said before, he's just a goal machine, isn't he? Just hits it. Oh, he got a deflection as well. That was unlucky. Free kick on the far side. Gavaldio. Forward to Foden. Into Haaland again. Oh. You would have thought they'd have learnt their lesson the first time. Clearly not. Yeah. Well, not the start I'd expected, really. Highlight from kickoff. Watkins gets us back underway. Kufal. No, nearly give the ball away then. Todibo. Carrera. Friedel. He's going to go out wide to Parisi. No way forward. Downs. Friedel. Carrera. Todibo to Alvarez. Alvarez has support. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Kamada. Kufal. This is the furthest forward we've ventured, but we lost the ball in play there. Bernardo Silva. Walker. Back to Bernardo. And De Bruyne, a lovely ball. Gets past his man. And Haaland's in again. Oh, my goodness me. Good juice. Mateus isn't anywhere near like Haaland, is he? Otherwise, that would have been in the back of the net again. Created so much space. And our defensive line looking all over the place, to be honest. Looking like we've got a couple of new players in the back line. Half-time comes, and thank goodness for that. Need to get them in and have a bit of a talking to, I think. We were in that for big chunks of the game, really. To just before they scored, and then they pulled away a little bit. 8 shots, 4 on target, 1.06. 55% of the possession from Manchester City. We've had 5 shots, just the 1 on target, 0.50 and 45% of the possession. We've got to be better in the second half. Areola with a goal kick. 15 minutes on the clock. Todibo to Downs. Downs not having that ball under control. Loses out. And danger ensues. As it always does. Oh, he's got to be offside. Haaland, and a good save from Areola if he wasn't offside. And I don't think he was because it's gone for a corner. Run sideways first, which suggests he might have done, but good save by Areola. Bernardo Silva with a corner then. Foden comes forward. He's had a shot from distance, just gone over. And with 60 minutes on the clock, we're going to make 3 changes at this point in time. We are taking off 2 of our central midfielders. We have taken off Carrera, who wasn't having a fantastic game out there, is 6.30. So we've taken him off, replaced him with Andy Irving. And we've also taken off Flynn Downs, who also wasn't having a great game, and also tiring. Lucas Paqueta coming on for him. Alvarez reverting to the ball-winning midfielder position. And we've made 1 change in defence as well. We've taken off Marco Friedel, again, not having such a good game, and brought on Kurt Zouma. We have a corner now. Andy Irving with the corner. He swings that in, but it's cleared at the near post by Mateus. Paqueta, Irving is in space. Oh, it's gone in. It got a very vicious Bernardo Silva own goal. I was going to say, he got a very vicious deflection, and Ortega was beaten in the Manchester City goal. We've got 1 back. Could we get more? Paqueta out in that area into Irving. Irving had a shot, and Kamada tried to get a shot away, and it come off Bernardo Silva. Carl Walker with the throw into Ruben Phillips. De Bruyne out to Foden. Foden looking for space, cross it in, and it's cleared. Paqueta forward for Watkins. Watkins couldn't get his head to that. And with 73 minutes on the clock, we're going to make 2 changes at this juncture of time. We have taken off Kudos and Watkins up front and replaced them with Bowen and Ings. Just need to decide. Ings can stay as a pressing forward. So made those 2 changes up front. Can we get another goal back? Corner from the other side this time. Kamada looking for Zouma. Didn't quite find him. Bowen has come on. He's crossed that deep. Oh, nobody there. Kufal. Zouma to Todibo. Todibo. Alvarez goes out wide to Kufal. Kufal just needs to get this in the box. It's in. Oh, goalkeeper makes a save. Alvarez couldn't get that away, and we've lost the ball, and they attack. We'll see it again from behind the goal. Alvarez, Kufal brought that under control very nicely, got it into the box. Just Ings couldn't get that away. Oliveira, De Bruyne, back to Oliveira. It's cleared. Ings now. Can we release Kamada? Kamada is holding the ball up and lost it. De Bruyne, and they come forward. Haaland's in, gets his hat-trick. No, it's come off the woodwork. Bernardo, it's cleared by Zouma. Still not clear. And that goes out wide of Foden. Danger again. Haaland is held up. And he didn't get his jump, did he? Haaland's usually very tall. And to be honest, balls like that from Foden, just too much. Haaland just flashed that wide and on the post. And with 80 minutes, nearly 81 minutes on the clock, we're going to make our final change. It's Dulce Kamada has come off And we've brought on Saeed Benrahma in that attacking playmaker role. I'm going to put him as a shadow striker, to be fair, and we're going to push Ings forward as an advanced forward and see if we can get anything. We've got, just about 10 minutes plus injury time to go to see if we can get this goal back. Ortega to Oliveira. De Bruyne, as they come forward again. Marauding. Haaland is in acres of space. And it's crossed us off the woodwork again. De Bruyne this time. It's gone out for a throw on that far side. Nearly cut out by Zuma. Zuma just give it back to him, really. Through to Benrahma, who couldn't get that under control. And again, we miss out. Foden. Danger man there. It's cut out by Parisi. Well spotted and well telegraphed. That one. It's through to Bowen. Bowen! It's there! Andy Irving gets his first goal. He's offside. It should have been his first goal for us. And it was well put away as well. Parisi. Bowen, I think it was, that was offside. Andy Irving. We have a throw in. Parisi with a throw in to Benrahma. Benrahma to Paqueta. Oh, Paqueta. Oh, too casual. And Haaland's in. Haaland's in. Puts it away. That's his hat-trick. And, well, that pretty much seals it. Erling Haaland, the goal machine. We haven't been able to keep him quiet. And that was all down to Paqueta giving that ball away. And 3 times we've made mistakes. 3 times Haaland's punished us. Well, that's not the start that we wanted, really, was it? We're not picking up the Community Shield. And that was a poor... Well, I say poor. I mean, we're playing the probably the best side in Football Manager at the minute, or one of the best sides in Football Manager. They are beatable, but you've got to work really, really hard to beat them, and need some players. And I think that attacking midfielder doing that work for us is what we really, really need. And yeah. Are we going to get the stats and stuff? Maybe not. There we go. We eventually get there. We'll have to do it by the convoluted way. Didn't score any goals, really. Bernardo Silva scoring the 4th for Manchester City, but in his own net. They had 16 shots. Only 6 of them were on target, which is interesting. 2.44 on the XG. 62% of the possession. That's the big one for me. And we had 7 shots, just the 2 on target. And 38% of the possession. We need to be a bit more clinical in if we're only going to have 7 chances, we need to put them away. And yeah, good job. It was only Community Shield, really. Otherwise, we'd have been in desperate trouble. Let's not dwell on that one. Let's move on. So there we are, losing on the opening day of this. Well, not the opening day of the season, but our opening game of our season, and 3-1 loss against Manchester City. Still have to beat them in this series. We get another opportunity in a couple of games' time. In fact, in the next episode when we play them at the London Stadium. So we're going to come back for Brighton and Manchester City to start our season off, get it underway. As I said, we will then probably play a few games down to here, depending on when the Champions League draw is fitted in. In fact, can we just have a quick look? Or are we not able to do that? I just wonder if we can. If we go up here, Champions League, Champions, there we go, UEFA Champions League. If we click on that, there we go, and schedule. When is the draw? Not yet. Not for a wee while yet. Path playoff, Champions League phase match. phase match. Right, so the matches come up. Of course, there's no draw because there's not any group games this time. I've forgotten that. But I suspect that we will get to know who we're playing in what leagues and all that stuff after these playoffs are complete. So somewhere around about, I'm guessing, the start of September, right at the end of August, start of September. But as I say, we will come back with a bit of knowledge of that when it comes up. So we'll pick that up at a later stage. So we'll do Brighton and Manchester City, and then as I say, we may come back. We may play a few games and then come back for say something like Chelsea and the Carabao Cup third round with an update on the Champions League. Well, there we go. That's got us underway for our new season. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and put down some comments, because that does help here on YouTube, and it keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Irons in the Fire and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released. New episodes of Irons in the Fire will be released every Monday and Thursday. No exception to the rule today, but we are back on Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. So we hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 25, our first two games in this year's Premier League. We'll see you on Thursday. Till then, bye-bye.